everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amber. Thank you for joining me today. I am going to be bringing you 4 Christmas DIYs, and they're going to be using products from Dollar Tree and how you can make over those Dollar Tree items that they put out. One of the items that one of the projects DIYs that I do, I got that inspo from Kirkland and it came out so cute and I cannot wait to show that to you guys. So if you like these type of videos, please subscribe down below, hit that notification bell so that you are notified of all of my future videos, and give this video a big thumbs up because that does help my channel grow. I do try to upload every Wednesday. Not a specific time, I don't want to lie, but I do upload every Wednesday with a new video. Again, I apologize for the background. I don't have a cute background at all right now. I am working on that, and hopefully soon y'all will be looking at something prettier behind me than just this wall. But for now, hope you enjoy, and I hope that you stick around for all of my future DIYs. Okay, so we're starting off with this truck that they put out for Christmas. It's a DIY wood sign from Dollar Tree. Has that cute little Christmas tree behind it. And then we have this, one of their larger Christmas signs. It's just an MDF board. I'm not even going to mess with the picture that they have in the front. I'm just going to be turning this around and painting it white with some chalk paint. It did take 2 coats to cover this completely up. You see me kind of bending it there because it was kind of warped and I'm trying to fix that. So yeah, just taking this Kills chalk paint, painting all of that. I'm not going to make you watch it, you just get it all coated up. I'm going to let that dry, then we're going onto the truck. So I'm going to take off the hanger and then I'm going to show you all the paints here that I use. This is spring green. The next one is a darker one and it's pine needle. And then a matte white paint. And they don't have to be the brands that I'm using. You all use what you have on hand. So Waverly chalk and ink, and I believe that was crimson in the Waverly chalk paint. And I am going in and first painting the entire truck red with that crimson, and even the little caps above the wheels, I'm going to paint that red. I'm just going to leave the actual wheel and tree part blank, and then we'll get into that. And throughout this painting, I'm sorry, I should have angled this better and put y'all above me so you could see what I was doing and not just be watching my hand and arm move. But yeah, my apologies ahead of time. I wasn't thinking. Okay, here you see me trying to get, you know, all artsy fancy. Obviously, it's not, well, not obviously, but so it didn't work out. I'm using what I have around to make a medium circle and then a small circle. And then I was going to paint the outer part black, the inner part kind of like watercolor red, and then the inner part black again. Anyways, it didn't work out. That's why I'm taking you all kind of fast through this part. I just wanted y'all to see some things don't work out and it's okay. Just move on and do what you can the best way that you can. The truck still came out looking just fine, even though it didn't come out the way I envisioned it. See, I'm trying to make it like all watercolor and pretty, and the wood just, it wasn't working out. It was real patchy. So yeah, I just take black over it and paint those black, and I'll come back to those later. So now I'm taking white on a small little paintbrush, and I am going to give the truck some snow. And I'm just thinking about where I would naturally feel that the snow would fall on. Okay, so here I'm going to give, like, I don't know what those are called, like the caps over the tire, some shadowing to give it like that 3D effect. So I'm taking black and I'm just outlining where that like cap is, that hubcap, I guess what it's called, I don't know. And I'm just outlining that with black. It looks harsh and bad right now, but I do go in, and you'll see here that I go in after the black is completely dry and go back over it with red paint. And when I go over that with the red paint, it blends it in so much better. And guys, I'm sorry if at all you hear my son running around back and forth. Dad is not here to watch him while I do these voiceovers, so you may hear some tumbling, some yelling, some barking from the animals. I'm sorry. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. You see how that blended it in, and it just gave it like a nice shadow type effect. That's what I was going for. So at least something that I was going for turned out. Now we're going into the tree, and we are just going to take that lighter green that I had shown you, and we're going to paint that whole tree the lighter green. After I get that tree painted in lighter green, I am going to take a different brush, and it was kind of like stiff from me letting it dry out with probably with Mod Podge on it. So it was kind of stiff, and it was fine though. I still used it because it helped me create like the, I guess you could say like the little pine needles on trees. I mean, not that great, but it helped. And so I'm just kind of like dry brushing the darker green over the lighter green to get that effect. Again, I'm sorry that you can't see what I'm doing. I'm not a painting artist anyways, but yeah, just to give you kind of an idea. Okay, and after I go in with that dark green and get it, you know, the texture or the look to how I like, I'm going in with some white paint and also giving that tree the snow-like effect. And then, so for the wheels, I just go back in and I mix the black and the white paint and create a gray. And I just make a circle on top of the wheels just to give it a little more interest than the flat black that it has. Since my original idea didn't work out, this is what I went with. Alright guys, so this is how my truck looks. Not too bad. Now we're bringing back out that sign, and like I said, it took two coats of white paint. And now I'm kind of laying out these stickers from Dollar General that were $1. And they are just wall stickers. So instead of using my Cricut, I wanted to show you that you do have other options. Anyway, so I'm laying these out, trying to figure out how I would like them. I kind of play around with it for a little bit. I end up having to cut where that whole sticker where it says fir, pine, spruce. Later on you'll see. But I did move these around, figure out what I liked, and then just put it all together. I'm also sorry that I'm a messy crafter and there's already paint on that craft paper. I hope you all don't mind, but I had done like a little DIY beforehand that I didn't record because it was just a copycat from someone else. But yeah, I didn't feel like switching out papers every single time I was painting, so sorry about being a messy crafter. Hope you don't mind my mess. Okay, so here I went in with some wood glue, and I thought I was being smart and using wood glue, and I wasn't. So I go back in and end up using hot glue anyway. Just use your hot glue gun, save the wood glue. It doesn't work on these MDF signs. See, here is where I cut up that one long sticker and just kind of stuck it on like the way you see there, so that I could have those on there because I still really wanted them even though they didn't fit as one whole one. Now I'm going in with some white paint, the same white paint that I used to paint the board with, and I'm brushing those over all the stickers so that it blends in better and you don't see so much shine. Okay, and now I'm taking this decorative ribbon from Dollar General, and it's kind of like a red burlap ribbon and it's wired, and I'm just going to use this as the hanger. So I'm putting that from the back to the front and tying it off in a knot. I love the way that looks, so that's the way I went for. Of course, you do whatever you like. Okay, so here's how my sign turned out as a whole piece, and I love it. And this is just an example of how you can put 2 or 3 Dollar Tree items together and make it one big, beautiful piece. I absolutely love the way it turned out. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the next DIY. Alright, so this DIY you will need one of those MDF signs. They're the bigger square ones that you find at Dollar Tree. This scrapbooking paper that was 25 cents at Hobby Lobby. One of their giant bells that they sell at Dollar Tree. And your choice of twine. And I do use a decal that I printed off of my Cricut as well. You don't have to have a Cricut. You can definitely get a decal or a picture and print it off online. And then you won't even need the scrapbook paper because you can just print off like a pretty decal online and you wouldn't have to use a scrapbook paper and then the Cricut vinyl. So that's another option as well. So anyways, I just push out the backing as you saw me do, and I am going to I don't try to take off all the paper. I just pick up the pieces that were already lifting up and I just peel that off. A lot of it did end up coming off anyways, and then I just take my sanding sponge from Dollar Tree and sand away any pieces that are like sticking up that is going to interfere with the scrapbook paper. And then for the sticker, you see me taking the heat gun to it, just getting that nice and hot so that that can come off with little to no residue. Okay, so then I just trace out my backing to the scrapbook paper, cut that out, and then I am just going to use a glue stick to glue that on to the backing, to that sign. For something like this, I love using the glue stick, and I love working in sections so that I know I'm fitting this onto my backing the right way, and I just smooth out any bubbles. After getting on my scrapbook paper, I kind of lay out things, see how I like it, and kind of figure out which twine I wanted to use. I had this red and white one, and then this black and red one. I ended up liking, of course, the white and red one, as you see here, me cutting off a piece. And then I'm going to, again, smooth out the edges, as you see me doing, and take apart my vinyl piece that says "The bell still rings for all who truly believe," which, if you know that movie, then you know it. I went blank and can't remember what it's called. The Polar Express, sorry. The Polar Express movie. If you've seen that movie, that is where that saying is from. Okay, so here I'm trying to figure out if I want the lines vertical or horizontal, and then I just lay down my vinyl and smooth it on there real nice. Okay, so now I like to save my transfer tape, so I'm putting that back on there. And then I'm gonna go back in with the bell and the twine, and just loop the twine through the top of that bell so that we can add it to our sign. Okay, so after I've got that tied in, I'm going to figure out where exactly I want the bell to lay, and then I'm going to just hot glue the string in the back of the sign. This is a super simple DIY, but again, shows you another way that you can just personalize these Dollar Tree signs that they already have and use their MDF signs and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, this came out super cute though. I love it. It's a favorite movie that we love to watch, so I cut off the excess twine in the back, and then I'm going to hot glue down the back piecing back onto our frame. And it's as simple as that, guys. Alright, so we are going to get on to the next DIY. Okay, for this you'll just need a Mary sign from the Dollar Tree. And we are going in to paint this, let's see, it's Lacquer from Waverly Chalk Paint. And we are going to paint the MERR, well, this color. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the Y yet, so I did tape it off because I didn't know if I was going to paint it a different color or not. You'll see what I do end up doing, but it definitely wasn't painting it. So if you know what you're doing ahead of time, you'll know whether you need to or don't need to tape off or not. But I did just in case because I was still thinking on it. And I do get in between all the letters and the top and the bottom of this sign. Again, the deer part, the Y part, I skip over because I didn't know what I was going to do. But this is just gonna come out so cute in the end, you'll see, guys. It did take me a little bit extra work just because I didn't know what to do with the Y yet, so yeah. And what I end up doing is taking some scrapbook paper, and it's this red and black buffalo check scrapbook paper, and I'm just going to trace out my deer, cut that out, and then glue that on top. The pencil I'm using is mechanical and it kept breaking on me. Ugh. But yeah, I kept having to like push out some more lead because it kept breaking on me. And then I tried different ways to cut it. I had big scissors, I had a rotary blade to try to cut it. And finally I just popped out these bad boys. They're the Cricut scissors and they're like really sharp and tiny, so that ended up working. Like I said, after I got that all cut out, I just matched it up and worked in sections on gluing it down. I lied, I said I used a glue stick. I'm going in with Mod Podge on this one. And that is just going to give it a better seal on the bottom of it and on the top of it. So, still working in sections. Putting Mod Podge here and there and everywhere. No, just kidding, guys. So just putting Mod Podge under it, and then on top of it, like I said, it's going to seal it in. And the Mod Podge that I'm working with is matte, not shiny. Haven't really used a shiny one. I pretty much like everything matte. Since my paint is matte, that might as well be matte, so yeah. And then you see where, since I didn't know what I was going to do, I have to go back in, paint all around the reindeer and its antlers and try not to get it on my paper. So yeah, that was fun. Anyways, and then I'm gonna take this Waverly chalk paint in ink color, and I'm going to make sure that my sign is completely dry, and then I'm going in with a chippy brush and I'm going to highlight all the edges of this sign and in between each groove of the letters, just to blend it in and give it a little bit more interest to the sign instead of it just being flat black. I mean flat red. And these chippy brushes you can get at Walmart for like 97 cents. I believe this was maybe like the 1/2 inch or inch one. Yeah, the inch one. I don't think there's a 1/2 inch. It's an inch one. So again, doing a distressed look with the black, going in between all the letters, holes, and all on the sides. And then I kind of very, very lightly, not a lot at all, brush over the entire sign with the black as well. And it just creates, you know, a little bit more interest. And anywhere that I did get too much black paint over, I just kind of touch it up with the red and it all blends in and looks fine in the end. And doing the scrapbook paper isn't like an original idea or anything. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do this, but I did want to do something a little bit different, and you'll see what I mean here in a little while, and just kind of make it my own piece and kind of a bigger piece. So just keep on watching, you'll see, and it comes out super cute. Here I am blending in some of the harsh red lines, the harsh black lines with the red paint. Just blending that in. Okay, and done with the painting. So now, just instead of leaving it like that, I wanted to make it a little bit of a bigger piece. So I'm taking, and this was wrong, do not automatically just go in and start gluing pieces down. No, because you want the greenery that's going to go in front of that greenery to be blended in and popped out. So I messed up. I glued that greenery down first, and then I'm like, oh wait, where am I going to put these ferns at? And you'll see, I have to rip off that greenery and then start over. So that was fun. Yep, there I go, ripping it off. It's fine, guys. Turns out fine anyways. Alright, so I'm going to take I believe this is called a fern, and it's from Dollar Tree. This fern is from Dollar Tree. The berries that I'm going to use is from Dollar Tree. Pinecone from Dollar Tree. The only thing is that greenery is from a Target pack that I got for $5, and it came with 20 pieces of greenery. Okay, so I glue that fern down on top of that greenery pine, and then I go in and glue that to the sign. And I kind of angle it to where the greenery and fern piece is kind of dangled down at the ends. I don't know how to call it, but yeah, it's curved a little bit, guys. Here I'm just gluing the white, because it's like 3 leaves of that white, so I'm just gluing them together so that they kind of stay the way I want them to stay. And then I find the middle point of my Mary sign and glue each of those pieces on either side. Okay, and then like I said, I picked off these berries from a berry pick off from Dollar Tree. And they're not the best. They fall apart or whatever, so I just kind of glue some of the berries back together as I need to. And then I just put a crap ton of hot glue on it, and then I glue the berries on either side of where the greenery is. Okay, and after I get my berries positioned the way I like it, I get a pine cone that was already frosted off of a pick. Again, just picked it off of a pick from a Dollar Tree pick, and glue that to the middle. I glue that to the middle, and it's not sticking on the sign like the Mary part. It's kind of just glued on to the greenery that's hanging down. So yeah. But I think that adding the floral, the berries, the greenery, the pine cone makes it into just something different than what you're basically seeing from Dollar Tree all the time. And I really like the way it turned out. So super cute. Here it is hanging up. And there's kind of like those white speckles on it. That's from the frosted fern. I didn't mean for that to happen, but like the way it looks, so I left it like that. I think it's so stinking cute. Anyways, let's get on to the next DIY. Alright, so we're going to be doing dupes for this that I saw at Kirkland's, and they are name plate holders for your table during the Christmas time, and they have these 2 for $15.99, and we're going to make 4 for half of that price, just depending on what you have on hand. So I pick up these 4 lanterns at Dollar Tree, and they came in 3 different designs, but I picked up the one with 2 of them with flowers, 2 of them that just had this X shape on it, and I am going to color the 2 X's with that American Walnut Rust-Oleum wood stain, and then the other 2 red with Waverly chalk paint, which I'll show in a little bit. So I take off they had like, I guess to hang them, they had jute cord, and I just cut those off, but later you'll see that I actually found you can just pull them up, and then it leaves you with a hole on the top, and you'll see how we incorporate all of our things in just a little bit and use that to our advantage. Okay, so to get off that sticker, I just use my handy little heat gun. Well, it's not little, it's actually big, it's my husband's. But I used that heat gun to heat the sticker up a little bit, and it left very little residue. So I really love using that to take off any tags or stickers from your wood pieces. And like I said, I'm doing the exact same thing on the second one, so I just fast forwarded on, and that one's already almost complete as well. And then we'll move on to using the red chalk paint. So I used crimson and Waverly chalk paint to paint this. And I go on for about, I don't know, 3 sides of that lantern, and I'm just thinking this is soaking up so much paint. It's taking quite a while. It's a little patchy. So then I go ahead and try at the bottom of the lantern before I do a part that anybody can see. I damp a clean brush in water, and then I wipe off any excess water. And then I cover the wood with the water, and it's very damp. It's not soaked or anything at all. Very little bit of water. You don't want to soak your wood. And that took a lot less paint after I did that. So I go ahead and continue to do that for both of the lanterns that I paint in this chalk paint. And it goes on so much smoother and nicer, not patchy anymore. So there's just that little trick I wanted to share. Okay, so now we have all 4 of our lanterns ready and painted. Now comes the fun part, and we get to go ahead and create the little, I don't know, wire part that's going to hold our nameplate cards. So to do that, I am taking this floral wire, and it looks black, but it's brown. And you can use whatever floral wire you have. If you need to paint it a different color, you can do that. But I'm just taking it and literally making like that little swirl with it, so that can hold our little nameplate. And then after I pulled out those jute cords, like I said, it left a hole. So that's where I'm sticking this in, and I'm just going to use some hot glue to secure it. And don't worry about that little piece sticking out like to the side where I hot glue it. The greenery that we put on is going to cover that. So guys, I got this 20 count greenery at Target for $5. And you can use that, or you can use the picks from Dollar Tree and take the greenery off of that. I use both. You'll see that I use greenery from that pick, which is this one right here. And then later on the red ones, I use some of the greenery from the Target bag. And no matter which one I used, the pine needles, I guess is what they're called, are a little too long for the lanterns. So I just gave those a little haircut, cut those to size to fit on either side of my lantern, and then hot glued those on. And y'all, I use my ladybug. I got it off of Amazon, little vacuum cleaner. She's so cute and helpful. I love it. If you don't have one and you do crafts, you need one. Okay, now these are the ribbons that I have that are the smaller, thinner ribbons, and I go in with the buffalo check with the little snowflakes on it and just create a little bow. I am not an expert at creating bows. I actually suck at it, so don't take tips from me as of right now. But you can kind of see what I'm doing, and it's just a simple little bow. And then I'm going to glue that over the greenery, and then we'll add on these brown ones some berries. And then we can move on to how I decorate the red ones. This was super easy and super fun to do. You can create this so many different ways, decorate it many different ways, whatever matches your theme. That's the beauty in DIYing and crafting, is you get to customize everything completely to your own liking, and for a cheaper budget. You know, Dollar Tree was really awesome for coming out with these lanterns. I really love them, and they are super cute. The berry pick that I'm using there, I'm just picking off 3 little berries from it, and that pick is also at Dollar Tree. Isn't it the cutest little thing? I'd rather much buy these and DIY them to my own customization and liking than to pay $16 for 2 lanterns from Kirkland's. And I'm just repeating the same step to do the wire on this next one, and then it'll be the same step again to cut the greenery, trim it, all of that fun stuff. I just, like I said, I use a pine cone instead of berries for the red ones, just to kind of tie all 4 of them in together. And please, if you are enjoying this video, check out my other videos that I have. And don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. I also have an Instagram page. And thank you all for watching and joining me today with these cute little DIY lanterns. The buffalo check ribbon that I had gotten, that one was from Dollar Tree. The one that you see me using now was in a 5-pack from Dollar General, which you saw me grab if you watched my very first video, which was a Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Walmart haul. No, just kidding, I lied. I picked this up separately, I believe. That wasn't in the pack, but there was a really cute 5-pack that I had gotten from Dollar General. I don't think this was actually in there. I picked it up separately a few days ago, and that they were just all $1, so the same that you would get from Dollar Tree anyway. And then I do the same thing in just creating this bow. I take a lighter to the ends because this was kind of like a burlap texture ribbon, and it was kind of fraying at the end. And here I do use some jute twine that I have left over just to get that used up instead of making it hard on myself and using wire. Don't ask why I did that the first time. It was just in front of me, and so that's what I grabbed for. Okay, I just transferred those pine cones into that baggie, but I got those pine cones also at Dollar Tree, and they're just their regular pine cones that they have in the floral section. And because I wanted them to go a little more with the Christmas theme, I take some white matte paint and just brush along the edges of that pine cone to look like it was a flocked pine cone. And because these lanterns are so small, well, not so small, they're the perfect size, but just because of they're small and the workspace that I'm working off of is small, I just use the tiniest pine cone that I find in that pack and just use one, and I just glue that on there. I think these look super cute. Like I said, you can customize these completely to whatever your decoration is and whatever you want. This is just for inspiration, and I love them. So here I'm just taking some black cardstock paper that I cut up into little squares, the white chalkboard writer that I got from Dollar Tree. I have the worst handwriting, so don't mind that. But I just wanted to give you like an example of what it looks like with those names placed in there. And it is so stinking cute. I love the way these came out. So here they are placed on my dining room table. Don't mind the fall decor that you still see. I am still decorated for Thanksgiving and will not decorate my house completely Christmas until after Thanksgiving. So don't mind that centerpiece. But yeah, I just want to give you all an example of what it looks like on your dining table. It looks super cute. There's with the flash off. Kind of give you different examples there. So cute. I absolutely loved this DIY. It was one of my favorites to do. So simple, but such a cute thing to do. Here's just some extra video footage and pictures for you to enjoy. Again, please, if you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all for joining me, and leave a comment below if you enjoyed this or if you've made these any of your own. If you've made any of your own, sorry guys. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my page and follow my Instagram. Bye!